15, as well as coming across portions of 70 as you drop down into Ballinger Creek. This area got hit pretty hard last night, and even out towards the Damascus and Mount Airy area, seeing a lot of that lightning as well. Also getting a little bit of hail back out towards Urbana. There's a better view of the tornado warning. We'll zoom in and we'll put some more towns here for you around Timber Ridge, as well as Woodville, Mount Airy, Long Corner, Newport, and Kemptown, as well as New Market. Tornado warning until 3:30. So we'll go into the velocity here, and we'll actually take the warning off, and we'll kind of show you what we're looking at. So what the radar did pick up on, at least the radar out of the airport picked up on these two little areas right here. One right around Mount Airy over towards Long Corner, and another one just outside of the Woodville area. And that's where we're picking up some of that broad rotation. And that's why this warning was issued, and it will carry us through 3:30 this afternoon. That's why we're with you right now here on program. A better view of the storm here in motion. We'll widen this out for you and show you what's going on across a good majority of the area. We have not only one warning here, the tornado warning across portions of Carroll and Howard counties back into Frederick County, but we do have a severe thunderstorm warning up across northern portions of Harford County. That will go until 3:30. A severe thunderstorm warning just north of the district, and then the bigger warning right here for this glob of storms that right now runs from Thurmont down through Frederick and north of Clarksburg, including the tornado warning around the Woodville area. So we'll go back in and give you a better view here, a wider view. Did have one wind damage report that was down into Clark County, Virginia, out of this storm, but not noticing too much right now. Once again, the tornado warning until 3:30 here on your Monday. Woodville, Damascus, as well as the Lisbon area. Going to check the Weather Service chat here and see what they're talking about. Storm is moving generally to the northeast at 35 miles per hour. Capable of producing a tornado for Carroll, Frederick, and Howard, as well as Montgomery County until 3:30. Right now, the center of circulation about 5 minutes ago was located over Green Valley or near the Damascus area along portions of 27, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. The warning has also been extended as a severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible text, as well as winds upwards of 70 miles per hour for portions of Carroll, Frederick, Howard counties, and that will go until 3:45 p.m. So further inspection here of this storm will go into a better view of the velocity, and you'll be able to see right around the Woodville, Ridgeville area, and particularly Ridgeville. We'll take some of these warning banners off, and we'll give you a better view of what we're looking at least wind-wise. We'll put the radar back on. And what we're getting right around the Ridgeville area, 48-mile-per-hour gust. You get up here north of Woodville, 39 miles per hour. This is a sampling, at least from the radar site out of Washington, D.C. This is not from the radar site out of Baltimore, which is a little bit closer. We'll try to change that data for you, but 50, 60-mile-per-hour gusts are likely with this storm as it continues generally on a northeasterly progression towards the Eldersburg area. So Eldersburg back up towards Woodville and just south of Westminster. If you're moving anywhere along 27 right now, I want you to take your tornado precautions as necessary. We actually have those tornado safety tips up on WMAR-2. If we could take those here shortly. Once again, all of the walls around you, the lowest level of your home, whether it's a basement, a bathroom, we want all the walls away from the windows because you don't know what's flying around out there. With these storms over the last couple of days, they have a lot of heat energy to work with. So things could be blowing around, tree limbs, power lines. And if you're in a car, of course, we want you to abandon it, find a ditch or a sturdy structure, but take shelter in the lowest level of your home, whether it's a basement, a bathroom, or if you don't have any of those, go into a closet and act immediately when a tornado warning is issued. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here on television to let you know about it, or you wouldn't be getting that alert on your phone to let you know about it as well. Act immediately, crouch down, and protect your head from some of that flying debris. So let's go back into the wider view here of radar, and you can see once again we have a couple of storms rolling through the area. We'll start up here in portions of Harford County, and then we'll go back to the tornado warned storm. Right now, if you're right around Peach Bottom, moving along 23, we do have those strong gusty winds, upwards of 60 miles per hour. The tornado warning here, or severe thunderstorm warning, excuse me, will go until 3:30 p.m. This includes Peach Bottom. This will be moving up towards the Delta as well as Cardiff area, and even over towards Oakwood. Just came out of Norrisville, had a few viewers there on Facebook saying that they did see some ominous clouds along with some very gusty winds, upwards of 40 to 60 miles per hour. So a wider view here once again, we'll pull that. That warning may be canceled here very shortly. The one of concern right now is from Lignor Winery, back down along portions of 27, now coming up into southern portions of Carroll County. If you're in Timber Ridge or if you're in Mount Airy, I want you to seek shelter immediately. Seek shelter immediately. What we're looking at is this little notching feature that we see right here on the radar, right here, and then also up here. If we're not seeing a tornado, we're likely seeing wind gusts upwards of 60, maybe even 70 miles per hour coming through Mount Airy, Woodville right now, and eventually heading up towards Timber Ridge. If you're outside in Timber Ridge, I want you inside immediately away from those windows. You'll most likely see a shelf cloud on the horizon as this storm starts to roll right in off to the north and east at 35 miles per hour. So we'll pull this back out. And you can see we have the one storm to the north, another storm down to the south in D.C. These are popping off of what we call outflow boundaries. As the storms start to breathe, they fire out more storms out ahead of it. And this is not our only round. We'll have a couple more rounds of storms to go back towards the west before the evening is out. So a severe thunderstorm watch also remains in place until 10 p.m. So the storm of focus of why we're with you here this afternoon here on television is this one right here. We do have that tornado warning. Once again, that will go until 3:30, and that mainly encompasses now portions of Carroll County as well as Howard County and extreme eastern portions of central Frederick County. For the tornado possible here, moving northeast of Mount Airy right now in Damascus at 35 miles per hour. This is radar indicated from the radar out of the radar site there at BWI Thurgood Marshall. Tornado possible here with the tornado warned storm. Once again, this will go until 3:30. So we'll inspect this once again from head to toe and getting a little bit better action here, at least wind-wise, of what we're seeing out of this cell right around Woodville, just north of New Market, over towards the Woodville area, and around McDonald, a little circulation right there, right around McDonald, over towards Timber Ridge and Franklinville. Just east of Lignor Winery, along portions of 26 and 75, And then you get down here towards Lisbon, between Mount Airy, Lisbon, and Newport, also getting some of those brighter signatures here, at least wind-wise. Very broad in nature, but the area of concern I would be with this storm would be right here up towards McDonald, rolling towards Franklinville along 26 and 75, coming out from Lignor Winery and the Red Shedman Brewing Company out there towards Lignor, moving along portions of 27. This looks to cross over 27 here very shortly. Tornado warning until 3:30 p.m. Checking for hail, that's good news. We're not seeing too much of that, but we'll look at the updraft strength. We usually don't show this on air too much. We're not seeing the purples or whites, so it's not a powerful updraft that we're dealing with, but still pretty substantial, at least for wind, what we're seeing here. And it's very broad in nature, of what we're seeing on the cell. So we'll go back to the traditional view of what we're usually showing you on air. And we do have another severe thunderstorm warning that has now been issued. This will be for portions of Anne Arundel County. And that will go until 4:15. That's for the cell that just went through the district, or the northern side of the district. It's going to roll up towards Vansville, eventually Laurel, along portions of 95 over towards Savage, Glen Burnie, and Harold Harbor. A couple showers and thunderstorms also firing back towards the west over there. So once again, the cell that we're looking at here on the tornado warning is across portions really of Carroll and Howard counties. If you're in Woodville, if you're in Timber Ridge, we'll go back into this view here, give you a better view with some of the towns and locations. And particularly right now around McDonald, I want you to seek shelter immediately over towards Woodville, Mount Airy, Gosnell, over towards Timber Ridge, along the 27 corridor, heading back north up towards Winfield and then back into southern portions of Carroll County. Tornado warning until 3:30 p.m. Rotation very broad in nature here, of what we're seeing. I'm going to see if I can change the radar site out here real quickly, and maybe we'll get a better view of that, at least for what we're seeing there off of the radar coming out of the airport. But right now, if you're around McDonald, Woodville, Mount Airy, back over towards Timber Ridge and Franklinville, tornado warning until 3:30 p.m. So once again, here's the radar view of what we're accustomed to showing you and you'll be able to see that this storm is going to continue off to the northeast at 35 miles per hour. So that would put Eldersburg in the crosshairs here at 3:28 p.m., Walnut Grove Mills at 3:34, Reisterstown at 3:41, and 3:47 there up in Pleasant Grove. The warning has now been extended, but this is a severe thunderstorm warning, not a tornado warning. Severe thunderstorm warning now in place for portions of northern Baltimore County. This will include Towson. Towson will be included in this, and much of the northern half of the Beltway back in the northern portions of Baltimore County, extended even as far now as portions of Harford County. So I'm going to go back over here and check the Weather Service chat. Once again, we still have a severe thunderstorm warning and a tornado warning in place until 3:30 for portions of Carroll, Frederick, and Howard County. Looks like the worst of the storm is out of Frederick and Montgomery County, but still in place for Howard, as well as Carroll County for Mount Airy, and as well as the Damascus area. Storm moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. Severe thunderstorm warning also for Baltimore, Baltimore City, Carroll, Harford County until 4:30. Tornado possible text with winds upwards of 70 miles per hour. So back into the wide view, you can see we have a line of showers and thunderstorms on the back edge of this, just west of York and Shrewsbury, coming back down across portions of Frederick County. Worst is over for the most part out of Frederick County. It's just the eastern fringe of that starting to get in on the action, and southern portions of Carroll County. Dealing with this storm. Tornado warning once again until 3:30 p.m. That's why we're here with you right now in coverage in regards to this. You can see it's a very small warning, and it's for this little area that we're seeing right up here, right around Franklinville. It is right on top of you over towards Timber Ridge, going to be moving up towards Bloom and Warfieldsburg along portions of 27, as well as up there towards 407, Maryland 407, coming into the back end there of Lignor Winery, even along 31. I want you to watch out, take your tornado precautions as necessary. If we can pop back over to Weather 2, please. Weather 2, please. We'll give you a list of those precautions that you want to take as necessary. We want you to put as many walls between you and the storm as possible. Whether it's a tornado warning, whether it's a severe thunderstorm warning, you just don't know what could be flying around out here. And these storms have a lot of energy to work off of because of the gusty winds and all of the heavy rain that we did pick up last week. And then you add some heat on top of that, and of course you're building the energy up over the couple of days, especially this weekend where we did hit those highs of 100 degrees. We're going to drain all of that out and eventually pop the humidity back down as we get towards tomorrow. But a little bit of a bumpy road right now. So take precautions as necessary. Seek shelter immediately, whether it's in a basement or a bathroom. So back to the tornado warning here right now. If you're in Franklinville, Timber Ridge, we're looking at the cell. We'll take some of these off of here and we'll sample the winds again for you. And you'll be able to see right around Timber Ridge, not seeing too much up towards Franklinville, not seeing too much more in the way of broad rotation here, but still likely to pick up wind gusts. Even if the radar is estimating these only below 30 miles per hour, still likely to be 40, 50 mile per hour gusts out of any of these storms. And we're seeing some of those brighter shades of green as you go further north up 27, getting back into portions of Westminster and south of Taneytown. So back over to the traditional view, you can see this storm is providing a pretty big punch, and you can see the extension of the warnings. We do have the tornado warning in Carroll as well as portions of Howard County. That's going to go until 3:30, but we also have severe thunderstorm warnings across portions of Baltimore County. That's going to include such places as Cockeysville, back up towards the Pretty Boy Reservoir, Hunt Valley, Parkton, where you had some heavier storms earlier this afternoon, and across portions of Harford County over towards Bel Air, along portions of 24 out towards Falston, along 152. These severe thunderstorm warnings will go until 3:45 p.m. What we are noticing here is these little lines that are coming off of the storms, and these are when the storms breathe out. We call these outflow boundaries, this line that we're drawing here on the screen, and we're likely to see additional showers and thunderstorms form along those boundaries as they kind of just push all over the place and kind of go where they want to go, where that heat source is, and that's why we get the severe weather popping like we're seeing right now this afternoon. So once again, a wider view here shows that we have not only one, but two, but three and four, at least 5 severe thunderstorm warnings in play, and a tornado warning that's also in play for Carroll and Howard counties. That will go until 3:30 p.m. So we got another 3 minutes to go here on the tornado warning before, if it gets canceled, of course, we're going to send you back over to programming. But the tornado warning until 3:30 p.m. for this cell right here, that's outside of the Eldersburg area. Further inspection of this shows that we do have a little bit of rotation. This would be right around the Franklinville area, back over towards Pickett's Corner, along 27, dropping back down into Mount Airy, as well as Woodville. Watch out in Gist, as well as over toward Walnut Grove Mills and Westminster. Over towards the Westminster area, this storm is on your doorstep. Tornado warning until 3:30 p.m. Another view of this shows it is a electrified storm. Lots of lightning here, so most likely going to see maybe a couple power outages as these storms are packing a lot of lightning along with some very heavy rain this afternoon. The good news is that they are moving along to the northeast at 35 miles per hour. And with that said, up next, of course, would be Westminster over to Eldersburg and then eventually pushing north. Westminster at 328, if not there already. 340 in Owings Mills, 354 in Cockeysville, 407 in West Liberty, and 413 in Jarrettsville. Jarrettsville, of course, had an earlier storm this afternoon that was severe, did put down a little bit of small hail. So once again, the big picture shows that we continue to see severe thunderstorm warnings off across portions of the northern counties. Northern Baltimore County, northern Hartford County, that will go until 4:30 p.m. Severe thunderstorm warning down across portions of Carroll and Montgomery County. That will go until 3:45. So we continue to see the storms fire up this afternoon as a result of the heat and humidity. Tornado warning still in place for portions of Howard and Carroll County. With 1 more minute to go, we'll see if they cancel that once again until 3:30. Still want you in your safe spot. All of the walls around you, the basement, the bathroom, the closet, and if you're in a car, please abandon it. Tornado warning once again until 3:30. Did have a little bit of damage reported across portions of Frederick County out towards the Green Valley area. Wind gust upwards of 58 miles per hour. And also had a little damage out there across portions of Montgomery County and Friendship. Some trees down on Bethesda Church Road near Purdom. So it looks like right now the National Weather Service has canceled that tornado warning. So we'll show you the broad view before we send you back over to programming. Once again, here we do have a couple severe thunderstorm warnings off to across portions of Hartford as well as northern Baltimore and Anne Arundel County. Those will go until the bottom of the 4 o'clock hour. Gusty winds upwards of 60 miles per hour along with small hail and very heavy rainfall along with some lightning concerns. We'll pick up the coverage over on Facebook Live. For now, stay safe, stay weather aware this evening. Storms are out of here after 9 o'clock.